we are taking f of x. So normally, up to this point, we've plugged in numbers, right?
Uh-huh.
So f of 4 would equal 4 squared if f of x equals x squared. Alright, so f of 4 is 16. And that's what we already did. We did that example right there. But now, we don't have f of 4. Now, in our little thing of whatever f of x equals, let's do f of x equals x squared minus 4x. This time, instead of a number, I've got a little bit of algebra. I'm doing f of x minus 1. So now everywhere I see x, what do I write?
Right here?
Yeah, right here. Every time I see x, instead of writing x in this problem, right here, I wrote the wrong one down. And up here, I'm sorry, that's the wrong problem. My bad, dude, I wrote the wrong problem. Let's delete it and write the right one. It's actually f of x equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. But now everywhere I see x, I'm going to write x minus 1.
Okay.
Which you copied down from your teacher really well. And so you've got your 2, but now instead of x and your squared, but instead of the x, you've got x minus 1. And you've got your minus and your 3, but instead of the x, you've got
X minus 1.
x minus 1. And then at the very end, you've got your plus 5. Okay, I still follow my order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Side note, any idea why I write those side by side?
Because they're
the same thing,
yeah.
Right? They're just opposites, and you can do either one. And I want you to have that advantage at this point. So right up here, the first thing I do is parentheses. Can I do anything with x minus 1? No. Next is exponents.
Right.
So what is this saying?
So it would be 1x squared plus 1.
You're kind of getting ahead of yourself a little. I'm going to side note this over here. Let's do it in green. And let's do it. That's actually saying x minus 1 squared, or x minus 1 times x minus 1.
Okay.
And you've learned how to FOIL at this point, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what do I do to FOIL it?
For front.
Front, x times x is?
X squared.
Okay.
And outside.
Outside, so I get x times negative 1 is?
Negative 1x.
Negative x, yep.
And then inside.
Inside, negative 1 times x is?
Negative x.
And then?
Last.
Negative 1 times negative 1 is?
1.
Positive 1. Yeah, you're good. And then I simplify that and I get x squared minus 2x plus 1. So right here, this little thing says that.
Okay.
So where I see this thing, I need to write that thing.
So when you see it, you just need to FOIL it?
I just need to FOIL it. That's exactly what it's telling me to do. So now I'm rewriting all of this down here. I get f of x minus 1 equals 2 times, again, all of this is right here. So it's 2 times x squared. I'm going to write it in green. Sorry, dude.
That's awesome.
It's an ugly video. X squared minus 2x plus 1. And you saw where I got that from right here.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm up here.
So there's no exponents.
There's no exponents, so what do?
Just write it.
I'll just write it for right now. I do need to do something with it. But for now, I'll just put it down there so that we can stay on our vein of thought.
Oh, don't you multiply?
Yes, it's a special word starts with a D.
Division?
No.
No. Distribute.
Distribute. I'm going to distribute that. So I'm going to go back to blue and let's distribute it. So this gets distributed. What gets distributed though?
The 3.
Not just the 3, the negative 3. So I get negative 3 times x. Negative 3 times x is?
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. And then negative 3 times?
1. Negative 1.
Negative 1 is?
Positive 3.
Alright, and everything else comes down. 2 x squared minus 2x plus 1. That's what f of x minus 1 equals. Now what do I do?
Can't you distribute the 2?
Yep, now that 2 goes. Where does the 2 go to?
All 3.
All 3. Look at that too. 2's getting busy. Alright, and so I got f of x minus 1. By the way, you see how that f is written all cursivey cutesy? That's how we write it. So I don't have ugly handwriting. They kind of want you to write a cutesy little whatever. It's how we write the special f. And you can see I did that the whole time. This is how I normally write f in the real world, you know, like a regular person. But in math, we write the fancy f. Anyway, so f of x equals 2 times x squared, which is
2x squared.
You should talk louder so you can hear yourself in the video.
Alright.
2 times what?
Negative 2x.
So 2 times negative 2x
is negative 4x.
Alright, and then what?
And then there is 2 times 1.
Which is?
Just 2. Positive 2.
Positive 2. And you see how I keep making you say positive or negative?
Yeah.
Because I want you to make sure it's clear, right? Okay, that's that part. Now what do? I'm going to bring everything else down. And we need some room, don't we? So, pause the video for just a second. Genius Boy figured out a way for us to scroll down. Good job, Genius Boy. Okay, so we scroll down, we have more room. Awesome. Alright, here we go. So I scroll down, I got more room, and now what do?
Add like terms.
Add like terms. So what like terms do you see?
Well, 2x squared is going to be by itself.
2x squared stays alone. Okay. So let's put the 2x squared alone. I'm going to put it in red. Next.
Then we're look at the x's. So there's negative 4x and there's a negative 3x. So negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7x.
Oh, good. You're not bad at that at all. That's brilliantly done. And next.
There's just all the rest of the normal numbers. So there's 2, 3, and 5.
Okay.
So there's 10.
Now, I didn't write something. What did I forget to write?
The f.
Yeah.
Of x.
The f of x minus 1 equals. And that's the answer. Wish I'd written in more center because then it'd be prettier. But that's the answer. Is that an ugly answer?
No, that's good.
Yeah, look what you got. That's what you got on your paper.
Okay.
Now, I think you copied the answer down from the board.
Yeah.
And you didn't go through it. Otherwise, you're fetching genius that you did that in your head.
I get that now.
Alright, good job.